Welcome back to another episode of the Level Up Latina podcast video episode. This is the once a month random show that we do. So thank you for joining us today, being here with us. Please bear with us. We're at home. It's the weekend. You might hear kids, dogs, mailmen. Earlier we had a fire truck. You might hear us but not see us, and we're like stuck in a certain position. Hopefully it's beautiful for you and not awkward. If it is, forgive us and don't share it globally. Don't share your friends if we look like we're picking your nose or something. But anyway, this is episode 351. I think it might be one of our last summer series for the summer, but it may not. If you send your burning questions or ideas for a summer series, maybe we'll extend it. So, you got to talk to us and ask us about that. We'd love to hear from you. We love hearing from our listeners. So, all that to say, bienvenidas, ¿cómo se sienten? Episode 351, the random show for summer 2026, July. How are we doing on this video episode today?
We're good. We're excited. We're here. And hopefully, como dices tú, no nos estamos picando la nariz and, that doesn't, or we get frozen. We'll see.
A ver con qué nos salen, but I feel good. It's so hot in this little office. I am melting, but I'm so excited to be here. Derritiéndome con ustedes. It's awesome.
I'm excited to be here too. This is a random show, so we talk about food. We talk about everything and anything. We go anywhere. We just ask random questions. But also, it's a video show. It's a summer series show. There's a lot going on in this slam pack, like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe we've said we need to say in 10 minutes. I don't know where it's going, but you, our listeners, if you have any questions from anything we answered today or any answers from anything we answered today, please feel free to join in after the show. We love hearing from you, as I said earlier. So, ladies, anything good you're watching on television right now? Tell me what it is and why it's good. And Vero, you already mentioned the friggin', you can't talk about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders because you just brought them up. But something else that's on TV that's good? Or TV's old
I'm
school.
watching murder documentaries.
Oh, man. People love those.
The worst ex ever. The girl that was killed she was a cyclist and was murdered by the girl. I won't tell you the different, but yeah, murder mysteries, like documentaries. And then, of course, everything else that comes along with
Those are scary. Those are hella scary. Are you watching them late at night cuando estás solita with your man or no? Or cuando las
I was going to
ves?
ask that.
I know. They freak me out.
No, I used to watch like ghost stuff when I would be by myself in the dark and then I was scared myself, right? But now I don't. I watch it during the day. During my little lunch break, I just like lock my door to my office and I'll watch a couple minutes, like 15, 20 minutes of it and then eat my lunch if I don't leave the office. But no, I do not do it at night in the dark thinking my husband's going to wake up and stab me. No, like I'd rather not. I'd rather not put myself in that position.
I know. Those are some freaking crazy episodes. I always feel like someone's watching me behind my freaking curtain or something. It's en el cuarto or under my bed. It freaks me out. But it's like they're so addicting. I was just watching this show called I Will Find You, and it's based on a book, and it's on Netflix. And turns out the author that wrote this book writes these kind of thrillers and has like 10 shows on Netflix. I was like, oh my God. I think his name is Harlan Coben. I could be getting the name wrong. But anyway.
Like a sociopath. But you know what else we're watching? El Mundial.
Oh my God. Duh. All right. Tessie
Non-stop.
reacted. Tessie's like, absolutely, we're watching the Mundial.
Of course, we're watching it. It's
What's your
on
favorite
24/7.
storyline? What's your favorite storyline?
Oh
of
my
the
God,
World Cup?
watching all the content from Mexico. I love it. Like I want to be there. We
do
were
too.
messaging that day. I was like, "Oh my God, why didn't we plan it to go to like a game or be there?" Like I was telling Luis, I'm like, oh my God, we should have done it. He's like, for el next Mundial. Let's say, hopefully it's in South America, because we haven't been together to South America. I'm like, I know, but in Mexico, in El Azteca, like, that would have been amazing.
I've been trying to convince my family to fly there. Yeah, I'm trying to convince you guys. Let's fly there, guys. Let's fly there.
I know.
It's just being the cheese. My nephews are there. They're loving it. But it's amazing. What's your favorite storyline? Other than the fun Mexicans are having, Koreans are having in Mexico.
También.
I love the Tijuana welcome for the Iranian player. Iran?
Yeah.
I like that. Iran. I like that they are getting so much love in Tijuana. I love that so much.
That one in Cape Verde, their portero story, right? Or how they're just
de la mamá,
and they've done.
Is that the one about the mom? Yeah.
The mom that couldn't afford to like come to the game or travel pretty much. So they approved her visa. Like they won that first game and she managed to make it to the next game. And they're just such a great story. I think it's amazing. And these are the things that, like, right, like you root for these kind of like the Cinderella story of the Mundial, like what's going to happen. And I feel that it really opens the doors to like these whole new level of connecting with people and seeing people succeed that you don't think will, right? Because you're looking at the big ones, right? The England, the Portugal, the Spain, Netherlands. So to me, I think it's really cool to see I'm always rooting for the underdog, but that's a really cool story too. And Memo Ochoa.
Oh my God. Sí,
I was going to say, who's
cállate.
your favorite player, but you're already going there. Memo Ochoa, that was a great game where they put him in
was
for
a great
Mexico, and he's like retiring, so they got to let him play. And go for it, Sissy. What are you feeling about it?
I was going to say, se me fue. I was going to say something else. Se me fue because then you guys said Memo Ochoa. I'll come back to me. Pero Memo Ochoa, ya besando la cancha, like, that was, yeah. Se me figura Otto. I said that. I don't know, en su cara, sus facciones, something. I was like, he looks like Otto. Because I was like, who does he look like? I'm like, parece Otto. I don't know if he's gotten that before.
When Otto had his big hair too. Sexy.
What do you guys think about the World Cup ticket prices?
Ridiculous.
They're crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Crazy. I have a good friend that paid $5,000 to see who'd she want to see in Houston? Cristiano Ronaldo. They're huge Portugal fans. And they had tied the game before. Cool. So I was like, I hope she goes to a good game because she's invested in resale tickets, $5,000. She has to pay for the flight for her and her son and the hotel, right? And they weren't going for a very long time. They had a couple of days. But the game she went to were 5 goals on Portugal's side. Cristiano scored 2 versus the 1 goal, whoever they played. It was magical, but it's expensive. It is expensive to see like your dream team like on your home turf, like they're in the U.S. Like, when are they all going to be this close? But what's the most you all would pay for a ticket?
Para el Mundial.
2,500.
Yeah, 2,500. All right.
Yeah,
yo no.
I think so.
I'm like, yo no soy tan fanática. Yo creo
What if it was Mexico? Would you pay it if it was Mexico? Like to see Mexico?
Oh, si
¿Tampoco?
Mexico? No sé, depende. It would have to, no sé. I mean, si voy yo sola, okay, unos 1,500, pero si somos dos, I wouldn't want to go by myself. I would want Luis to go.
Yes, yeah. It's an investment.
It is.
You're not going to go alone. I suppose you're not going to go alone.
En México, ¿a poco están los boletos también así?
Resale now. I think when you look at the Mexico workshop,
resale now,
but I don't know what they cost originally.
Who knows?
We have an hermana from UCLA that actually flew. She's like, we're just gonna go. They went to Mexico. They were, I think it was the one in Mexico City donde ganaron 3 goles.
Yes,
that was in Azteca, ¿verdad?
yes.
So she's like, we just flew in. We weren't expecting to go to the game, but the ticket sales dropped significantly when the game started. So they just bought tickets and went in.
Then I really want to go on Tuesday.
And that was super awesome.
Yeah, just estar allá afuera y a ver qué sale, you know?
So she got to go in there. She got to be there. Do we know this hermana?
Yeah,
Do we know who she is?
Be there.
Do you know her?
Mina. She's. I think you guys have met her, Mina, one of the UCLA hermanas, the one that's a gynecologist.
So that's amazing. She was in there, Vito?
Yeah, she was. She was in there.
She was in there. She was in there, like in all the ways she's in there as a gynecologist. She was in there.
That was pretty. Next, we're seeing stories like, "What the heck?" Or like, "How dare you not take us?" I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna go. If you're trying to convince me to fly from TJ, como me voy para allá con ella también, you know. But that was pretty awesome.
Okay, that's a story because it's expensive to see the World Cup. So maybe the World Cup's not worth it, but what is worth it to you guys? That would be an expensive thing, an expensive purchase. What's the one thing where you're like, I don't care what it costs, I'm paying for it? Is there anything?
My cheek lift.
Oh, heck yeah. She's like, some work on that face is worth it.
You know, I've been thinking about
Do
it.
it.
Otto asked me a silly question. We were at a birthday party yesterday, right? That was telling you guys, and he says, if you were to work on anything outside of the obvious, he goes, what would it be? And I was like, oh, what do you mean outside of the obvious? And he starts laughing. He said, I'm just joking. Like, I don't know. But the thing is that I have some friends that are, les digo vain, but courageous. I love it because I'm a scaredy cat. I am very brave in very many other ways.
I like it though. Working on yourself is a good answer. For sure, I would spend and splurge on the things that I mean, you only live once. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel great.
Yeah.
If I think you can nip and tuck it, and even the people that do like the bodies that you described that seem like cartoonish and fake, like if they're happy, go for it. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily want to be BBL, right? I'm not necessarily one to see myself like the big old booty, but if I had no booty my whole life, I would see it different and I would want it to look that way. So to each their own, but that's a super good answer, Vettel, because even as I asked the question, like I don't know, like, but that's it. I think something that would make you feel better, if it's expensive but you're gonna love it in the mirror later and change something about yourself, why not? Like, spend the money. Heck yeah. Tu, Ceci, What are you spending on?
I would go to Bali right now because look at my shirt. Because I've been to Rio and I've been to Havana, but I haven't been to Bali. So I walked into the room earlier before we started recording, and I said, "Chulo, take me to Bali." And he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Es que no he ido." I'm like, "I need to like mark it up. No he ido for my shirt." So yeah, I would go to Bali right now.
I love Bali. I think it's beautiful, gorgeous, sexy. I think you guys should go. It's very affordable once you're there. It's just getting yourself there. I like that song Lost by Frank Ocean where he talks about Miami, London. He talks about a bunch of different places, Amsterdam. And I've been to all those places except for India. So I would do that too, Ceci, just so that I could use that sound bite where he says Los Angeles, I think in the song.
I
think
love
he says
that.
LA. It's missing that one place that I've never been to. So I would spend whatever money it takes to get my butt to India and say I've been to India.
Dun, dun, dun. Next trip.
Yeah,
She's typing it right now.
Vámonos.
¿Sabes también cuál? Speaking of songs, from the coast of Ipanema to the island of Capri. I'm like,
Capri.
I need to go to the island of Capri.
Yes, so that we can be excited about the fact that we've been to Ipanema and Capri.
I know. You know what? I do want to go back to Brazil. I would want to go back to Brazil, especially like primero Dios. Maybe si the next Copa is over there in 4 years. Primeramente Dios, like a trip to Brazil. Like I always said, I wanted to go back there and go to the Copacabana Palace with my husband.
Love that answer.
I want to do that.
This is becoming the money random episode. What is one of the things you've already spent the money on that you think was worth the investment? Something que ya compraste, ya lo gastaste. Like, I love how Ceci says que el bailado no te lo quita, but sometimes that costs money. So what's the coolest thing you spent money on? Because you're like, see, it's worth it. It's still worth it. I'm happy I did it. Vamos. It doesn't matter now. Your wedding. My wedding. Something like that.
The honeymoon, because the honeymoon, like we went to all these. I wanted to go to Greece. Luis wanted to go to Nice, and then our flight there was stopping in Istanbul, and we're like, well, let's go to Turkey, ni modo, no. So then it was like a 3-part vacation. I mean, a 3-part honeymoon. So it was cool, and we went right after the wedding. Like, es que una gente se espera. I'm like, no, I'm glad we did it right there and then, because then, life gets busy. So that's one of the most fabulous trips I've ever been to, and que mejor que recién casada.
It sounds magical. What about you, Vero? Something que ya compraste, ya lo gastaste, and it was well worth it.
Híjole. I think when we did our trip to Chile, when I was pregnant with Joaquin, and then we just like, let's go, the auto, and like it was a good time for us to bond, right? Because we had not been we weren't boyfriend, girlfriend. All of a sudden we were having babies together, and we're like, you my man, I'm your woman. Okay. So nos fuimos for 10 or 12 days during the holidays, during Christmas and New Year's. We spent Christmas and New Year's out there con mi suegra, and we just traveled around Chile. We did all the excursions with his class because it was through UCLA. They did their immersion program. So we just kind of tagged along and got our own hotel room, and we had Gali there. And I was super pregnant with Joaquin. Joaquin was almost going to be born there. I was just, I kept getting pains, like these pains. I'm like, this kid wants to come out, and he's not due till February, right? But I think that was the coolest thing because we didn't overthink it. It was kind of more like, let's just do it. Put it on the card. Put it on the card. We'll pay it off little by little. And we look back and we're like, we need to go back. That was such a fun time. I was hecka pregnant. It was super hot. In Chile, it was hot. It was Christmas, but it was really, really hot. And we did just some cool stuff. We went all the way down to Torres del Paine, which is a beautiful, what is it, national park, you could say. And they have glaciers, and we got to do all this cool stuff. And now I would like us to go back. Same thing with F. And when we took all the kids, we're like, all right, we're hecka pregnant. I was done having kids. Maurita was little, but we did the 10 days in DF, and such a memorable time. Like, so nice. And I'm like, it was worth it. Stressful. Hopefully they didn't steal any of my kids, but, trying to watch 4 kids at the same time. It was just such a nice time. So those 2 things, I'm like, hands down, let's pay the money again. Let's go. Yeah, Nadie nos va a quitar la experiencia.
Agreed. I think something we splurged on when we knew we were overpaying was when we went to Mérida for the month, because we paid our rent out here, obviously, and we didn't care. We were like, gastamos aquí, gastamos allá. So that's the willingness to just like spend money on rent here because we were not homeowners then, and also rent over there because we bought an Airbnb for the month, and it was absolutely freaking worth it and magical and beautiful. And the kids talk about that trip all the time. My youngest remembers that more than the other trip that we did for a whole year, which obviously was a big expense and worth it. But the Merida time was a beautiful way to do a little version of that. And the house was gorgeous, just a gorgeous experience, just the colonial experience, la comida. Isaiah was just talking about how I need to learn how to make cochinita pibil, and he was funny, like, Mom, you need to make it in the hole, like in the backyard, like with the leaves. We were cracking up about, like people need to eat from the pig and a tortilla, and it's like those memories happen when you're there, and it doesn't matter what it costs. So
Qué rico.
Oh my God, super rico. My mouth is watering because of course it's the random show.
Me too, and I'm hungry. Luisa ya tiene un lamb.
We're ending. Oh my God, yeah, we're ending this on the right note. We're talking about food. We're done talking about food. We're all gonna go eat. I was gonna eat a Subway sandwich. How boring is that? But it's not cochinita pibil.
Here's my Jack in the Box. I haven't touched it
my
yet.
God, I'm sorry.
Oh,
well, warm it up.
No, it's okay. It's too hot to eat right now. Me estoy muriendo de calor. My greñas are all down right now, but it felt better than.
No, y'all look beautiful. And I know that, I love couscous. Ceci's going to have couscous and lamb stew. That sounds delicious. So we got to let her get off this show, this episode. Again, this is the Summer Series video random show for July 2026. We're so happy that you were able to join us today. So happy that you get to see our smiling faces. You know where to find us if you want to comment on this episode or in our DMs. If you want to DM us on Instagram, Facebook, that's at Level Up Latina. Our website is leveluplatina.com. And as always, you can email us admin@leveluplatina.com. How boring, admin@leveluplatina.com. We should have said something like hola at leveluplatina.com. Anyway, that's our email. Las queremos un chingo. I love you girls. Big hugs. Hope you eat something very delicious at the end of this because this show is now complete. Gracias. Las queremos.
It should have been comida at Level Up.
It should be comida. That should have been. We love comida at leveluplatina.com. We love comida.
Foodies at
Como
Level Up Latina.
dragonas at leveluplatina.com.
Dragonas.
Cuarentonas y
dragonas.
Bravo. Las quiero mucho. Mwah. Besos. And that
You can see
is
us
a wrap.
blowing our kisses.
That is a wrap. Mwah.
Besos.